Alright guys, here we are. Everything's still hooked up. This thing is still in place. I think like it's kind of bending a little bit. Huh. Better not, man. Better not. Alright, let's get up under here, guys. Show you where we are. Get a light here. Now, let's look up here. Alright. You know, nothing on this car is metal that can keep this light hooked up. That's the suck part about it. Oh my god, okay, I found a bolt. Alright. There's our bracket right there that's got to come off. But before we get that off, we got the motor mount bracket right there. So we got to take that off. And it looks like it's got inverted Torx. And it looks like there's 4 of them. That 4th one way up there is going to be very difficult to get to. You know what? Let me see if I can see. Let's take off this tire, guys. Let's get this tire off and see if we can see anything. And you know what I'm going to do, guys? This is, and I always teach you guys safety. You see this space we got between here, the frame and the oil pan? I'm going to get me a block of wood and stick right in between there. Because I'm going to have my hands up in there. And I guess if it fell down, it'll just touch there. But I'm looking at that bar. I don't know. It looks like it's kind of, I guess it is a lot of weight pulling down on it. But, you know, even though it's a chain and everything, I just got to be extra secure. And I'm going to put me a block of wood right there. And we're going to remove this tire. What's the hell going on this tire? Let's get us a screwdriver here. Let's pop this off. Okay, 5 17mm bolts. What I'm going to try to see if I can see an opening in there, so I can get to that one last bolt. Hopefully, let's find out. Be right back. Alright guys, we got our tire off. Let's see if I can see that one bolt. There it is, right up there. Let me see if I can point you guys to it. Right there, guys. I'll reverse it. A reverse Torx right there. That's that top one I can't see. Can I see the other ones? I can see one more, but that's really difficult to get to. And not even the other ones. But that's okay though, because the other 3 I can see right inside there. I can see 1, 2, and 3. So let's get those back ones first. Be right back. Alright guys, what I'm going to be using is a reversible E12 inverted Torx socket, a 3/8 drive extension, the swivel, universal, and you can see I got black tape on it because after a while these wear out, and I surround it with black tape to keep it sturdy. Yeah, and check this out. We got us a 2-foot long 3/8 drive extension, and I got my 3/8 drive ratchet with a swivel head and a longer handle. Give me enough leverage on this thing. And there's our bolt up there. I got the light already tucked in. And let's get on. This also gives me an idea of how tight this is. Alright, I'm going to put it right here. And let's see if I can put you down. Oh man, let me go this way. There we go, guys. It wasn't that tight at all. Alright, let's get this bolt out of there. Dang it, I should have just left it. At least I know they're not that tight, because I was kind of worried about getting those other 3. Reaching my hand in there, messing up something. I'm gonna be upset. Okay, there it is right there. And this is probably, I'll get the magnet and get it out of there. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, got my light up in here. There's our block of wood right there for security, just in case. And what I'm doing here, I'm going to use my E12 and just the ratchet, and I'm going to try to reach back there and get that one bolt right there. Come on. There it is. Okay, cool. Good, turn it. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get my big bill. Yeah, boy. Get my big bill ratchet. And it looks like the exhaust might be in the way. So I'm gonna use my little swivel right here. And it's, you know, I want to use the big bill. I don't have to sit there and just a little bit at a time. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, I got it set up. Yeah, boy, look at that. Look at the big bill. I could be out by the front bumper. And that thing got on such a long reach. Let me stop playing. Let's get up under here. Alright, let's see here. Hopefully dang it. Dang it. Alright, it is coming out. That extension was really twisted. Let me see, how is it? Let me take off this swivel. Let's get out down here. Let's take off this swivel and see if we can just hook up this. It's pretty much loose. There we go. There we go. Get that light out your face. Yeah, boy. Look at that. Alright, guys. The next thing we'll do, I'm going to put it back. Let me see, will this do it? No, it won't. I'm get my regular ratchet, and then I'm going to loosen up these 2 right here. Let me get this one first, and get this one out last. And where's our ratchet at? All right. Okay, that's one. Ah, that bracket's in the way. Ah, okay, what I'm going to have to do, and I'm not going on it straight. So what I'm going to have to do is use my swivel. And using our swivel, I'm going to have to put you down, guys, because Yeah, see, now I'm on it. Because I got to put my other hand up there to keep that other side sturdy before it don't strip out. So let me get that loose, and I'll be right back. Guys, what I did was change up. What I'm going to do is get my wobble extension. My 1-inch wobble, 3/8 drive. And that way, I can still be kind of secure, having good support. And I should be able to get that on. There we go. Alright, let's get those 2 bolts out. And, well, actually, I'm going to get one out and then I'm going to get the other one out because this bracket, you can see, is loose right now. So let's get these bolts out, get them all the way out, and we're going to take the bracket out together. Alright? Right back. Alright, guys, I got that bolt out, and I noticed that bolt was longer than the other one I took out. So I got to make a note of that. Alright, let's get out. Let's do this. Like I said, let's do this together. Let's get our big bill up in here. If the light will stay in the one place, man, this sucks. Okay, both of them are the wrong bolt. Okay, now that sets right there, and I noticed this one is a long bolt, and this one is a long bolt. This one is a short bolt, and I dropped the bolt up there to the other one. Let me see if I can get up there and get that bolt before we continue on, before we move the bracket. All right, be right back. All right, guys, we got it. Now, so the mount sits like this. So on this side we got 2 long bolts. On this side we got the 2 short bolts. Let's set this in the party line. And this right here, I meant to clean this. Try to clean this up. That's at a later time. We ain't got to worry about that right now. This is in the party line, as far as I'm concerned. Look at that line. Look at the party line. Yeah, buddy. Alright, let's get back up in here. I got my drain pan here just in case there's any oil coming out of here. And I'm looking up at the bracket. And it looks like we just got 2 more bolts holding it in. Right there, a 13 and a 16. So I got a 16 millimeter deep, 3/8 drive. And what I'm going to do is go up in here and let's see if I can get up there. Yep. Okay, got that loose. And then I'm going to switch over to my 13. And get that one loose. And now I'm going to switch over to my big bill, which will make this a lot easier. Put this pan right here. Let's get our big bill, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, got our big bill. I want to give a big shout out to Big Bill for sending me this Earthquake XT ratchet, man. Bill, I really appreciate it. I love this thing. This thing is great. That's why I named it the Big Bill. Look at that. The big duck. Quack, quack. Yeah, check that out. I know you're like, what the heck? All right, so let's reach up in there. And let's go back there to that 16 millimeter bolt. Way back there. Okay, that's one. Now, let's switch over to our 13 millimeter deep 3/8 drive. And let's see if this... Yeah, the whole bracket shifted. You saw that, guys? dang it. Don't you hate that? What the? And then it drops. Where the heck did it drop? There we go, right there. Okay, so let's see what this bracket does. Oh man, yeah, heck yeah, oil coming out of there. There we go, guys. Look at that. Guys, somebody tell me why. Why is that thing there? Alright, let's put this right here. Slide this from under here. And there it is. There's the culprit right there. What a stupid setup. Look at this big dragonfly or something right there. He must got, how did he get caught in there? Alright guys, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some carburetor cleaner and clean this thing up. And actually what I'm going to do here, let's see. No, that sets right there. This sets right there. We're going to, these sliders right here, they're like an adjustments. And I want to put them back. So it makes it easier for, that's the alternator. Let me see, it goes like that. Yep, this one's for the power steering, this one's for the alternator. The alternator, no, the alternator's over there. The alternator is right there. So, good question, I don't know. We're going to push that back in though. Makes it easier for us to put that back up together. Alright, let's get this cleaned up and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we got our bracket cleaned up. And what we're going to do here, these sleeves right here, what these sleeves are adjustable. They actually go into the house, into the bracket itself. And when you tighten up a bolt here, they tighten up against the block to secure this. It makes it kind of difficult to put it back. So what we're going to do, we got a block of wood, we're going to sit it right here. Whoops. See this right here? That is a dowel pin that goes right here. And there's one right there. So actually what I'm going to do is take the other one out of the block and stick it right there. That definitely helps with alignment. And it looks like this ain't going back. And I don't want to hit this. I'll hit this one. I don't want to hit it too much. It came right back out again. It started going down. But you want to try not to hit them so much, because this is aluminum. Wait a minute. Check that out. Wait a minute. Are these things screwed in? Holy cow. So how do you know what to put them to? Is that one too? That's interesting. So am I to assume that I put them in and then reaching in, adjust it? That kind of sucks. Oh, okay, we'll see. Alright, let's get this old gasket out of here. Got me a flat screwdriver.
Can you have a pick?
You can use a pick, you can use a screwdriver. Whatever one suits you, Sevi. Alright, let's pull this out of here. Alright, and let me get a little air and clean that up. Be right back. Alright guys, I got the gasket out, I cleaned it up, and check this out. I don't know if you guys, now here's those shims that's adjustable, it turns. I don't know if you can see inside one of them, but it actually looks like you can get an Allen key in there. So I got the Allen key. I got an 8mm Allen key, and what I did was put it in there, and look at it. I can adjust it. I can turn it. Bring it all the way in. Bring this one in, and bring this one in. So when I mount up the bracket, by the way, I took that dowel pin out and I stuck it up on the block, so we got both of them on the block. So once I put this in, and it's all lined, it'll be lined up. I bring these in till they go right up against the block. That's kind of cool. I kind of like that. So we're gonna make sure all of them are in, and then Siri's gonna show us how to put the gasket in. All right. So we'll be right back.
Okay, so here's the new gasket, and it's both sides are a little bit different. You can see this one, there's a little lip right there. It's narrower on this side than it is on this side. So you want to make sure this side, the narrow part, is facing down. Now this is for, this vehicle has an automatic transmission, so that's what this gasket is for, automatic transmission. If you have manual transmission vehicle, it's going to look a little different. It's going to have another line right here, another bit of gasket material. I don't know.
Okay, sounds good.
Sure. So we're going to put this down and just go all around. Make sure that goes in really nice. All the way down.
Man, I got some good camera skills. Yeah, boy. Look at that.
That's it. You're all done. Now put it back in the car and keep moving. We'll be right back.
All right, guys. What I did was take a rag, wipe off around that area right there. And there's our dowel pins in there. And I put a little weather stripping on that one to keep it in place so it wouldn't fall out. All right, so what we're going to do, take our bracket and be careful not to mess that O-ring up. Put it in place. Make sure the pins are lined up with there. Alright, just like that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take our two bolts, our 16mm, our 13mm, and start them off in there. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, I got my bolts started. And what I'm going to do here first, start off with, got my big bell with my 13mm deep. I'm going to hold the bracket up in place. And just bring it in just till it touches. Then I'm going to switch over to my 16mm deep. And this one I'm going to go way back here. And this one I'm going to bring in. Just till it touches. Dang it. Can you see without the light?
Yeah.
Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and tighten up this one. And when you tighten it up, what you want to do, you got a ratchet, just tighten it up till it stops. Whoops. And then turn a little bit more. That's it. Alright, let's tighten up the other one and we'll be right back. Alright guys, now I'm going to get my 8mm hex. And what I'm going to do is start from right here, this bottom one. I'm going to turn it clockwise. Turn that shim till it stops right up against the block. Then go right here to number 2. Okay. And then right over here to number 3. Alright. Cool. We'll be right back. Alright guys, next thing we'll do, it's got our motor mount bracket. We're going to set that in there. Let's see where it goes at. Now on this side, I know we got the 2 longer bolts. So what I'm going to do is get my top one. Try to get that one in there. start it by a few threads. Okay. Then get our bottom one right here. Start that by a few threads. And you want to do that so you definitely don't want to cross thread it. Now the two on the other side, this one we can get to. This one's way at the bottom. Over here somewhere. Get that one started. And guys, you see how I got my hand up under here? I would not do this if I didn't have that block of wood up under that engine. I don't care how supportive that engine thing is supposed to be. Okay, now can I reach the top one? Not really. All right, so let's go to the outside where I took off the tire, and let's get this other one started. We'll be right back. All right, guys, now for this, get this last one, I'm using my 2-foot 3/8 drive extension, my swivel extension 3/8 drive, and my E12 socket. I got a piece of paper right here, and what I'm gonna do is stick the bolt in there, so that way it holds into place. Now let's get our light in there. I hate this thing. It requires metal. Okay. Okay, now let's follow with our bolt going. It's going way up there, right there. Okay. Start turning this by hand because right now it's kind of crooked. So I want to make sure I definitely get this turning. Going in by a couple threads before we go tighten it up. All right, we got it. Now what I'm gonna do, get my big bill, and I'm gonna go ahead and tighten that one up. Okay, take it off. Cool. All right, let's go back to the side and get our other three. Be right back. All right, guys, for these three over here, I'm using my E12 reversible, and I'm going back to my 1-inch 3/8 drive wobble extension. And get my big bill. What I'm gonna do is go over here, down to this one first. Okay, and I'll go up to this one. Okay, then I'm gonna reach back here and not get to the other one because it was lightning. I can't. You know what? Let me take off to get it started and take off my extension and just go with the ratchet. Almost. That's the one that sucks. Where the heck did I put the... It's like sometimes you put tools down and it's like disappear on you. Okay. one crummy bolt. It's like using an extension, it's too long. A little bit tighten up with that. Alright, we got them all tightened up. We'll be right back. Oh, guys, what I'm gonna do, take out my wood now. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, now we're gonna lower this engine down to get it on to the motor mount. Look, luckily it moves a little bit like that. So I'm gonna do is take my engine, this beam right here, one of the wing nuts, and I'm gonna slowly lower it down. Oops. Pick it up again. This light sucks, man, when there's no metal on this stupid thing. Look at let me get a screwdriver or something. There we go. The nut, put it on. I'm not going to tighten that up yet because I got to make sure the other side is going down. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, you see my finger?
Hold on. Yeah.
Right there, it's definitely, the mount did go over the stud. That's a very tight spot, guys.
Sorry about the light. Trying to get the light up in there.
Well, if they saw it up there, that's good.
It's just such... What is that thing in my way? There it is. Okay.
Huh?
Okay. Well, I think your finger's on it, though.
Yeah. Well, it's right. The stud is right there. It's on the... See, my finger... If I move my finger out the way...
Can't see it because it's too far underneath.
Yeah, it's up under here.
Yeah.
But we can see it from the top. When I gotta get the bolt or the nut on it, which sucks. Let me get that from the top. All right, be right back. All right, guys. Now that we know at least the engine is set down on it, we can get this out of the way, so I can easily get over to that other one. Alright, let's get this out of the way and we'll be right back. Alright guys, what you're looking at is the mount, the motor mount bracket on the motor mount. You see the stud coming out. So this is what we're going to use. Up here.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Alright, we're going to use since it is a 16 millimeter, but we're going to use a 5/8 swivel, 3/8 drive. with the 2-foot extension, and I want to get this down there with a piece of paper in there just to keep it on. And I want to reach this down in there just to get this started. So they're not gonna be able to see this because I gotta.
You're gonna move me?
Yeah, I gotta get in there.
But
I can't see down there. They're not gonna see it. There's no way.
Oh, jeez. They don't like that. They want to see.
That's their problem. Give me $20 and
I'll try.
All right, let's see. Dang, how'd you? Did the light go out or something or move? I can't even see it.
I saw it.
Oh man, the light did go off.
Thing.
Just a little bit more room. That's all they had to do. Give us a little bit more room. Okay. Can't see, huh? Oh, that's okay. Alright guys, I'm gonna get this started and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I actually was able to tighten it. Alright, now you can look up this way.
They should have let me know you were going to do that so I could film it.
Yeah. This light ain't going to last long, so I'm going to cut this light on so you can see that it's on. Tell me when you're up there and ready.
I'm ready. Wait the heck. Where are we? Oh, man. Now I've lost it. Oh, down there. Sorry, people. It's hard to see, but we kind of see it.
You see that it's on and tight?
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, you can see that it's on.
Yes, we see it. It might be a little too bright, that's what it is. Oh. They saw it. Ooh, disco.
Yeah. Alright guys, now I'm going to go over there and tighten up the other one, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, the next thing we're going to do is hook up our power steering pump. Let's get our mechanic's wire off of this from the side. And we got a stud right up here. So what we're going to do is pick this whole thing, assembly up in the air. Go back down here for a minute. We got our power steering pressure switch over here that I need to hook up. But I think that's this one right here. From the back. Okay. Now let's go up there. Get our alternator wire out of the way. And where's the stud that goes on this one? Right there. Ah, okay. Dang it. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I got my little 6mm hex bolt that goes way back here. Get this started by hand. Just by a couple threads. That's all I need to go by. Okay, now let's go to the top and put our other nuts and bolts in and the other nuts and bolts in to the alternator bracket. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, we're going to put our nut right there. Then we got a long bolt That goes right there. Then we have this bolt go right here. This one and this one is going to be the same length. And then you have your Torx bolt that goes right into this little insert right here. Start that off by a couple things. Alright, let's get some tools to tighten these up and we'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm using my 4-inch 3/8 drive extension with my big bill. And a deep 13mm socket 3/8 drive as well. Tighten up this one. Tighten up the nut. Tighten up the bracket bolt. Go further up, tighten up the bracket bolt. And then switch over to a T45 Torx and tighten up the bolt right there. Okay, now I'm going to take a hex bit, 6mm, and I'm going to reach back here, and that bolt that's way in the back, we're going to tighten that up. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm going to show you an easy way of getting to this hex bit. Now look right here, you got your rack and pinion, the boot. You're going to have to, dang it. You're going to have to go right in that little security bit. Get your 6mm, get that little short adapter right there. Get a swivel 1/4-inch drive extension, hook that up, and I got a long 1/4-inch drive extension right here. And you're gonna go right between here. Let me see if let me get it first. Then you're gonna go to the top and see what I'm talking about. Right here. You're gonna go just like this between here. All right, now go up on top and you can see where I'm at. And tell me when you're there.
Okay, we're there.
Alright, then I'm gonna take my finger and guide right there. And this, I guess it's a good way of taking it out too. And then get my 1/4-inch drive ratchet and tighten that up. Alright, let's get that tightened up and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're ready to put our shields back on it. That one over there we pressure washed. As you can see, how nice and clean, but look at this one. So what we're going to do right now is pressure wash this shield and go up under here and pressure wash the other half of the car. I should have pressure washed that too. But let's get that cleaned up and we'll be right back. Alright guys, got this all cleaned up under here. We'll get our first shield first. You just got to go under these brace bars. Slide this thing in between here. Do I got this right? Yeah. Okay. This other way there. What the deuce? Go. All right, we got 16mm bolts and 18mm bolts. The two 18mm bolts go where the crossbars are. And then we got the 5 16mm bolts. Alright, let's put those in and we'll be right back. Alright, we got our impact wrench with our 16mm deep socket. Let's get those tightened up. But I also noticed it's leaking a little bit around the drain. I wonder if that thing's loose or they didn't put a new gasket on it, but we need to check that too. So, let's get all these tightened up and then 18mm on these. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, we got the oil drain out. Of course you know that looks really clean. But there's no washer on this bolt. Is that why it was leaking also? I mean, well, of course we were leaking up there, but that's why this little leak was here. That's what happens when you get oil changes from these backyard places. Unless it's stuck up here. No, it ain't stuck up here. It's not even one here. So we're going to need that washer up here so to stop this leak. Well, that's not going to stop us from, let's just put this back in there for now. And I can still put that other shield on because it's missing a flap to allow you to change this. So let's get this closed back up and get that shield up here. We'll be right back. Alright guys, let's get this up here. This thing only had 2 bolts in it. Kind of sucks. You know what? The bolts was up here in the front. But I think I'd rather for the bolts to be... Let me see if I got some more screws to go up here. But I'd rather for them to be right here first. If anything. If I can find out where it goes. That's one. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can find some more screws to go up in this. And I got some tie straps for the other places. Alright, be right back. Ready? Mm-hmm. Oh. Alright guys, what I did, instead of using the tie straps, I found 2 more screws to go on this section, 2 in there, and I stuck 2 self-tapping screws. One of them is right there in the back. So that's definitely more secure than what they had. Alright, drain the oil. We gonna get a new oil filter and all. So now what I want to do is lower the vehicle down some so we can start hooking up the stuff on top. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, next on the party line is this brace that goes across here. So we're gonna take out our 4 T45 bolts. Get this in and bolt it up. We'll be right back. Alright, we got them started. And we got our T45 socket, 3/8 drive, 4-inch extension with our impact. And let's go over here and tighten the 4 up. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, the next thing we got is our covers. See the hole right there. So what you gotta do is push it into the hole. Let's get our wiring harness around here. Push it into the hole and it sets down. And the other side pushes into the hole and that sets down. Alright, then you're gonna get your 13mm deep socket, 3/8 drive, with a 6-inch 3/8 drive extension. And what you're gonna do is go around. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 over there. Those little screws, 90 degrees clockwise, and then they lock right into place. Alright, let's get all those tightened up and we'll be right back. Alright, the next thing we'll do, get our weather stripping and just put that right inside there. Go all across to the other side. Then we got our covers. This one goes over here. And you got these openings right there. Those slots. Make sure the metal piece is back this way. Then you got the tabs right here. Make sure they line up into there. And then bring it down. Then let's plug up our sensors over here. 1, 2. And then we take this latch right here and bring it over and latch it into place. All right, let's go to the other side and we'll be right back. All right, last but not least, this little brace right here, the latch keeps both of them together. Bring it down and then pull forward, push forward. Make sure I got this right here. Locks right into place. Done. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're ready to put our alternator in, but before we do that, see that little sleeve sticking out right there? Now this is the one that you gotta, this is definitely one of them that you gotta knock back because it'll be really tight to get this alternator in there. And what you're gonna use, I'm using a 13mm socket, a 1/4 inch drive, and I'm gonna put the 1/4 inch extension through the front, hook it up, and then I'm gonna lay it down, get it centered. And bring that back just like that. So now that alternator will be able to go in there with no problem whatsoever. Now let's get our 2 bolts. We're going to have 2 bolts holding it in. We're going to have the one at the bottom, the big one, and then the shorter one right here. Alright, let's go get this in and we'll be right back. Alright guys, let's lower our alternator down in here. And the first thing we're going to do is hold it, position it right about here. Because we're going to put on our main wire. Let's see how this goes. This is going to go like that. Okay. Let's get a nut on it. Okay, we got to make sure we're doing this the right way. So now that we know we get the bolt, matter of fact, while we're over here, let's plug up the alternator. Okay, now let's tighten up this nut right here and notice the position of the wire when we're going to tighten it up. This is one awkward alternator. So let's see. Let's get our 13mm deep on our big bill. Okay. Now let's get this alternator in here. This is going to be a pain. What the heck is it hitting on? The wire. How the heck is it? There we go. Okay, let's get our short bolt. Get this started by a couple threads. Now, without knocking that sleeve back, this thing would have been a pain getting out of there. All right.
Getting in? Getting
in there, yeah. Put the big bolt in there. All right, that's perfect. And it's done a 16mm. I think. Let me go find it. I'll be right back, guys. All right, 16mm deep onto my big bill, and let's go in here and tighten these up. All right, now you heard it was very free spinning. Then it came to a point when it sounded like it was getting kind of tight, because at that point it hit up against that shim, and it was just pushing it in to go up against the block. That is perfect. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, the next thing we're gonna do is get this little bracket back in there with the 2 bolts. We got one long one and one short one. This bracket goes right around there. And around the wiring harness. And it goes, make sure our alternator wire goes in there too. This thing turning. This is not fun at all. So close. There we go. Okay, now. Dang, I would have had it. Thing is like right there.
You have to push.
Yes, I do. I do gotta push.
Don't push.
There. All right. Now, let's get this bolt in up here. All right. Then we got the shorter one going down here. Alright, what I'm going to use is my 6-inch quarter-inch drive extension with my E8 or B8 inverted Torx socket. And I'm going to use my big bill. Also, I'm using a reducer, 3/8 down to 1/4 inch. And let's go in there. Okay, let's get the top one. Bracket's very important. It keeps our wiring harness out of the way, and especially this wire right here. All right, we got that done. We'll be right back. All right, guys, the next thing we're gonna do is put on our idler pulley, which is located right down here and is bolted into the alternator, and it's held on by a T47. I think I thought it was a T45.
The alternator.
Yeah, this is actually screwed into the alternator. Yep, and then we have our tensioner, and remember that little tab at the top fits right into there. It's held on by one bolt, 16 millimeter. I believe it was 16. Stupid light, man. No, it ain't a stupid light. It's the fact that this car has no metal in it. I mean, it's cheesy metal. It's a bunch of aluminum.
Would you like me to hold it?
No, I ain't trying to help. Wow. Stop pinching me, Sylvia.
You need a light.
All right, we got that. Let's get our big bill. Okay, we got a T47 down here. Okay, then switch over to a 16 millimeter deep. Make sure it's a 16. Yes, it is. Let's tighten up. Make sure that tab is between them grooves right there when you tighten it up too. Okay, great. We'll be right back. All right, guys, you got this little piece sticking out of the radiator down there. And what we're gonna do is take off our cooler, unhook it. And now, before I get this over here, I want you to look right there. That hole right there, that's the part that goes onto it. And you got the lever that pushes it in, that locks it into place. It's already in. And to unlock it, you pull back just like that, and then to lock it back into place. So right now we need it back in this position for unlock. And then we're going to go over here, turn it around, and this part up here hooks on to the radiator right there first. So we go over there, hook that on, then go down like that. Push it into the radiator. Make sure it's nice and in there, and then push the tab up to lock it into place. Then that's done. All right, we'll be right back. All right, the next thing we're gonna do, guys, we got this little coolant pipe right here. We're gonna just take the nut off we took off before, and hook that back on. Put the nut back on it, and we're gonna use a 10mm deep socket, 3/8 drive, with our favorite tool, the Big Bill. And we'll go in there and tighten it up. Alright, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, let's get our belt on. And remember, you're going to need a T60 Torque socket, 1/2" drive. Set that right in there. And what we're going to do is start putting our belt on down here. Got to go around let's get this thing out of the way first. Around the compressor, between the idler and the compressor. Make sure that it goes on. Get in between there. What the heck is stopping me? There, okay. And then we're gonna go up around the alternator. Make sure all the grooves are in. Then we're going to go around the water pump. Around the tensioner. And then it's going to go back around over the crank. What we're going to do is put it over the crank right now. Take it off of the alternator so we can get it over to the side. Go around the tensioner. Okay, make sure all my pulleys is lined up. Okay, in there, and you're gonna get a 1/2" wrench, 1/2" drive ratchet, and you're gonna go like you're tightening up. All right, so you're gonna tighten it up, bring the tensioner over, go around. Dang it. Bring it around the alternator and let it loose. Make sure all our pulleys is all lined up and all. Great. Perfect. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, next thing we're going to do is put our fan in. Remember, this tab over here, that's got to be facing in. And you see at the bottom, you got these two tabs right there. 1 and 2. If you look down there, you're going to see exactly where they got to go into. Alright, so we're going to turn our fan. Lower it down. Okay, then, now what I gotta do is pick it up a little bit first. This tab over here, now, I gotta push it out, and it goes down into a slot on each side. If you look right over, look right here, down in there, you'll see the fan goes right down to the slot. And it's not going down, so what I'm going to do is go up under here and make sure that it is going into the slots up underneath. There. Huh?
I think this part over here is wrong.
Oh, dang it. Yeah, this was setting over like that. Now this one came up, so now I gotta go back over here. Okay. Perfect. Now, let's go over here, grab our fan connector, plug that in.
Nothing.
Huh?
There it is.
Oh.
Okay.
And that's that. Cool. All right, we'll be right back.